Welcome to the Finance Committee meeting. To let everybody know, this is being videotaped and recorded. Our Chairman Larry White is unable to attend tonight, so I'm as Vice Chairman will call the meeting to order at 7:16. First order of business is to review the Finance Committee minutes on March 24th. Have you all looked at them?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes of March
I'd just like,
24th.
I have a question
Okay.
on the minutes. On page 2, the largest paragraph in the center, there's discussion about a revolving account at the time, and Sharon, you noted it says may be too late to make it for this year's budget. Now, this was back last March. Has anything been done with that?
We have a committee that's working on that. I haven't heard anything.
I haven't either. That's why I was just asking, because before we get into the next budget season.
Yeah, we need to do it, but I'm here
That was
from the committee, yeah,
Okay,
open.
because we're going to be before long discussing
Yeah.
for the next year, and we'll say, oh, nothing got done on it. So that's
Yeah.
why I'm
I
asking.
didn't think you were gonna be here.
Well, it changed. It was last night.
Okay, Peter, we're doing the minutes of March 24th.
Okay.
If there's no further discussion, I'll second Dennis.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. The next one is November 10th. Any questions?
No,
I'll make a motion to accept the
I'll
minutes.
second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, next we go to review monthly appropriation report. Jamie, you had a couple of questions?
Yes, I did. I was asked to look at a couple of things in the police budget. And I sent an email to Chief Barker, and the response to my questions I've given out. Line 211-5113, wages and salary, is at 56% as of November. Was this a planned expense, and is the expectation to balance at the end of the year? His response was wages and salaries do expend more in the first fiscal half due to about $65,000 worth of stipends and incentives that are paid at the beginning of the year, and the fact that more people use vacation over the summer. That said, we are running over my projected expenditure levels for this year due to anticipated use of sick time and other benefit time, and some unusual events that have required more manpower. It's too early to tell for sure, because the winter months are typically where they spend less money on payroll and can catch up. They have additionally implemented some cost-saving measures, and a full-time officer who is in the academy will graduate in February, so they can stop backfilling his shifts. He said that he expects they may be looking for a modest transfer at the end of the year for a shortfall. The second question was line 211-5420, police expenses were at 58% with the same questions. And his response is the expense budget is similar to the wages budget in that they have a large amount of annual contracts and bill that come due on the first of the fiscal year. They have had some unforeseen expenditures so far this year, but also have experienced savings in other areas to help offset the extras. He does not anticipate any shortfall in this account based on his analysis, and feel it is more likely to have a modest budget balance at the end of the year. And then I asked him about the salary, where he is, police chief salary, where he is retiring, and they are looking at hiring an interim and then going forward with a permanent one. His response to that was, the chief's salary is a more difficult question because my replacement has not been named as of yet. He will be receiving 5 weeks of vacation pay when he retires. Of this, 2 weeks were already budgeted, which leaves 3 weeks that were not budgeted. In addition, there is money allocated for 3 paid holidays that he will not be collecting. So that leaves about $5,200, which is unbudgeted for his vacation pay. Not knowing when the new chief will start or how much he or she will be paid, he cannot predict whether there will be a shortfall.
What about,
The second,
excuse me, sorry, what about like sick time and stuff? If they get paid for unused sick time, they get a percentage of what they ask, so they didn't address
I do not know the
about
answer
sick
to that.
time.
I don't know the answer to that. The second thing that I typed out for you is, it should be noted that an interim police commissioner has been named but is not under contract yet. His name is James Mulligan. Acting Commissioner Mulligan said that his normal schedule for assignments is a 4-day work week and a weekly salary of $2,400. He will not be collecting benefits, so that will be a savings as he is acting. Retired state employees can only work a certain amount of hours per year, thus the 4-day work week is needed. The difference between Chief Barker and Acting Commissioner is $269, but remember, there are no benefits being paid to Mr. Mulligan. There do remain some unanswerable questions to this line, as the $5,200 payout for owed vacation time, which was unbudgeted, the additional weekly cost for the Acting Commissioner of $269, and as well as the unknown salary when a new police chief is selected. So long-term, there is some uncertainty. The name of the organization that was chosen by the selectmen to help with finding a permanent replacement, as well as providing Mr. Mulligan's service, their name is BadgeQuest. BadgeQuest does charge a $100 per week fee during the tenure of the acting commissioner, and this will be charged to the police department expense line to $1154.20, which is the one that was already a bit on the high side. Okay,
Okay,
so those are my responses from the chief.
But
okay.
the sick time could be substantial. You know, it could be, I mean.
You know, I did not ask that question. Actually, I did write, considering any vacation payouts, et cetera, pending your retirement, so.
I'm surprised he didn't address it though either, I mean, because, I mean, some people have
Maybe it
like.
has, maybe it hasn't been decided yet.
And that's a possibility.
Oh, I don't know, because it could be in their contract, I don't know, I mean, yeah, you know, but did you work for the state of the town?
Yep.
And you know about, like, usually you get like 20% of your sick time when you retire.
Not my case. I mean, maybe
No,
police,
like-
police do it. I didn't, you know. So it depends on how your contract is written, you know. So I don't know what the chief has in his contract.
None of us
Okay.
know that, so. Okay.
I mean, it could be substantial, I mean, if it is in there, you know. But it is what
Because
it
I
is. I
think
mean,
the-
they don't know when,
I think the previous police chief that retired had sick time, because I remember, you know, reading about a lot of severance pay that he got, you know, so it was like he got severance, I think, for like a year or something like that he got.
I couldn't tell you, I have no
I
idea.
don't have any.
Yeah, I think,
Yeah,
without asking the question, it's, none of us
Yeah.
know.
That- yeah. none of
yeah,
us
so we'll
know.
just have to figure that out when it comes.
Okay.
I mean, budget it in somehow. I mean, nobody, or I mean, we didn't know when the budget started that there was gonna be any retirements, so you don't put that in at that time, so we'll just have to wait to see how it pans out, and then probably make a transfer at some point,
Okay.
so.
Dennis, you had a couple?
Yeah, the two I had were regarding the highway department, line item 4265855, which is the roof, the generator, and the lights. I've been meeting with the highway surveyor on a regular basis, almost every Thursday afternoon, and we're talking about Chapter 90, a few other things. One of the subjects I did bring up was the roof. He did say he had a company come out and they patched the roof where they had the leaks, so that they're no leaks per se. The roof still needs to be repaired. He has that company preparing a report of what needs to be done. I'm working with him on that. I've contacted 6 roofers and sent them out an email, told them to contact the highway surveyor so that they could come down, look at the roof, give their expert opinion as to what needs to be done, and hopefully, you know, if 2 or 3 people say the same thing, then that's really the process that needs to be done to fix the roof. And then I'll work with Pat on drafting some specs so that he can put it out to bid, have it done, depending on the cost. I mean, if it's a small amount of money, then, you know, you don't have to do that under procurement. You can get just 3 prices. But I know there was $60,000 in that line item, and that also included a generator and lights. So I don't know where he is with that, but I'm meeting again with him on Thursday. I'll see what he's got so far, and we'll just stay with it. So it doesn't look like it appears that it won't be done before winter, but depending upon the weather, obviously, and the contractor schedules.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's ongoing.
It looks like it would be a spring thing
It
for
could
a
be.
roof.
I mean, he's got the roof repaired to a
Yeah.
point where there's no internal damage happening. So the other item was the wages for the cemetery. To be honest with you, I haven't done too much on that because the task force hasn't met in a while. Those are one of the things that we are going to look at. Looking at the budget, I think they're at almost 63% of the wages are spent to date. So that's a red flag automatically.
Not really, because they don't do much in the winter.
Yeah, but I think there's still wages being
they're-
spent during the winter.
then-
Well, it's,
To open a grave or something, but.
no, I think there's other salaries being charged to the account for computer work and things of that nature. So that's what we're trying to figure out, to see if that's going to stay within the line item or go over. So that, I talked to Debbie today to try to see if we can get the task force back together, because we have to get going with that. But I anticipate that before budget season, we'll have a lot of this stuff worked out, and I'll be able to report back where we are at that
Okay.
point.
And we're back to Jamie.
Okay. I have answers on 3 questions, but not the 4th. So the post-employment benefits of 15,000, of which has already been expended, I have not met with Sue Bailey, so I do not have an answer on that. Going to water department overhead, water department operating, those are all one-time fees, and the principal is twice a year, so that's why there's 100% left in overhead, operating overhead, and 50% left in principal.
Okay.
Okay?
And we don't have Larry's questions, so we'll have to postpone those until the next meeting. So we go on to the announcement, which is the dedication of Ladder 1 at the Raleigh Fire Station. That's Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock. It should be very nice. It shouldn't take more than about an hour. It'd be nice if you could all drop in if you're free to see that beautiful new ladder and see how cramped we are in that station, how difficult it is to get in and out. The men joke that they come down the stairs, they go out the side door, go around and come in the back door to be able to use the bathrooms.
Oh, my.
Because the ladder is this close to the wall inside. So you come in the door and you go around engine 1, go all the way to the front of the ladder, go around the ladder, go down the ladder this way, go through the kitchen to go to the other trucks and upstairs.
How do they get into the fire truck if they have a fire?
There's room to get in and out of the fire truck.
Okay.
There just
That's
isn't
the
room
main
to
thing.
get to the bathroom. But it should be nice. It's being dedicated in memory of Senator Cornelius Haley.
Who?
Cornelius Haley. He was a state senator and a Raleigh selectman, and very,
How many
How-
years ago?
Bob, how many years ago?
Well, he retired in, I think it was 1939.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wasn't even born.
And he was instrumental in helping start the fire
Oh.
department up. and
Oh, so it's
everything.
nice they
So
selected
it's
him.
nice.
Was he on the water, one of the water commissioners as well? Is his
That
name?
was his brother. I'm
Okay.
sorry, I'll take that back. It wasn't his brother, it was his son.
Okay, because I remember
Albert.
reading
Albert
that somewhere.
Is his son.
Yeah.
Or Cornelius.
Yeah. So,
Can we just back up
sure.
to 3? Did anybody take a look at the report that we had?
I have not.
This month, no, I haven't.
Yeah. Yeah, the
operations.
Yeah, the
report. Yes, I
operations,
looked at it.
yeah. I mean, I looked at it too, and there are a few items in there that are sort of flags up there, but nothing significant, I don't think that we need to address right now.
Okay.
But
No.
I think as a committee, this is a time of year we really should kind of look at that. I took the last report we had, which was week 13, this is week 22, I think. Try to compare the two to see if things are, going faster than they're supposed to. But it seems that most departments, at least the wages look pretty good, except for the police department. And the expenses in some of the small departments are a little high, but they're insignificant as far as, they're not tens of thousands of dollars.
Right.
So, I mean, I like this, I think this is very helpful.
It
Yeah.
is.
Um,
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
The only thing that I'm gonna ask Debbie is if she could also provide us periodically with the revenue report, because I did get a revenue report on the last one, to kind of, we can check how the
Check
water
how it's
department is
doing.
collecting money in other departments, and I also need to find out on the revolving accounts, I wanna see specifically, for me anyways, the cemetery department, to see, how much is coming in and how much is being taken out of that account, because that's all part of, the operation of the department, so. But these are very helpful.
Was it you, Dennis, that put in some of these numbers in the margin?
No, I do
Or
my
was it
own.
somebody
No, I
else?
think somebody else
I
does
think Sue
that.
Bailey does that.
Okay,
Sue Bailey
'cause-
does that.
Those are the
Yeah.
ones that are kind of, like
Yeah.
flagging a little bit.
Actually, most of them, like for 5 months out of 12, that's 42%. So
Yeah.
we still have, like, you
Yeah.
have 58 or so percent left, and most of them were, like, even the ones that are marked up were very close, like 56, 58, they're
Well,
right on the money.
But that's,
There weren't
you
many
can't,
that
you
were
can't
beyond.
you can't look at it that
I
way, because
understand.
when I looked at the bottom, I looked, it's below the 42, but then if you look, like in the water department, for example, there's a lot of, there's hundreds of thousands of dollars that they haven't spent. So when you add the bottom line, it looks like they're in great shape, but if you put those numbers in, then, then you're gonna see the problem. So what you have to do is dig in to the line items, and then see if one or two or
Yeah.
whatever line items are going higher than the other. But overall, you can swap money in there, but if they do everything that they say in here, you need to really look at each line item,
And some of the things too, like the cemetery department,
Mm.
early on, like, they have the extra workers in the summer.
Yep.
and everything, so they're spending more money in the summer, and it gets
Yeah.
quieter as you get into the fall and the winter months.
Yeah, like, I mean, the
You
snow and
know.
ice, there's no expenditures,
Right.
so that'll
So
obviously,
as long, once if
Hopefully
you know
that'll
that,
stay.
yeah, I know,
it doesn't look like they're gonna, blow their budget.
yeah. But this is good,
Seasonal.
this is kind
Yep.
of keeping us on our toes,
Yeah.
so
Right.
that when budget season comes around,
Yeah,
we'll have
this
a
as a
good
tool.
idea. I would suggest that maybe at some point I don't know when the budget season doesn't start till the end of the year, but if we see a department, maybe like the police department, maybe they can come in and kind of give us a forerun to what's happening in the department, and anticipated overages, and anticipate what they're going to spend next year, so that we can kind of get a handle on that too. So,
Well, the
Kind of a transition year for
the
them.
Yeah.
interim isn't going to take over until after the first
Yeah,
of the
right.
year, so he'll need a little time to get organized
Yeah.
in there and to understand what he's working
And
with and everything.
evaluate
Yeah,
where he thinks it should be going, or
Right,
the changes that.
but in the meantime, a lot of overtime is being spent to cover those positions, and that's
Yes.
what kind of scary, because that can just kind of get out of hand pretty fast.
they
So
just hired 2 new reserve dispatchers
yeah.
last night. So
But
that
those
should
aren't
help.
the patrol, well, I don't know if that's part of
Well,
the,
that's part of the
wages.
problem because the
Yeah.
patrolmen have been doing the dispatching.
okay.
And that,
Hmm.
that pays at a higher rate.
Yep.
And it's probably time and a half.
Yeah.
at that
Yeah.
rate.
Yep. So that would do that.
Jamie, did you say about the overhead for the water, what they see they don't do it on a monthly basis?
They do not.
They do every
It's
6 months?
Every 6 months, and some things are every, once a year.
So it's the 6 months coming up now, they're gonna be doing half of
The overhead is a one-time, so that will be at the end
it's a
of the year.
one-time?
And the department operating is a one-time. Principal is twice.
Okay. Next meeting date. I don't happen to have a calendar available.
I think the
Would be-
5th is a Tuesday.
So I would
First
think
and
we
fifth.
usually meet the second Tuesday,
Second, so it'd be the 12th.
The 12th.
12th.
I'm pretty sure
Uh,
that's
Second,
12th
what,
is
in
Tuesday,
December?
yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
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 Why don't we plan on that unless something else comes up?
Okay.
January 12th.
What day is that?
The 12th.
Tuesday the
Tuesday.
Of
12th.
what?
Tuesday, the 12th.
December?
January.
Oh, January, I'm thinking December, that's a Sunday, Saturday. Oh, so we're gonna wait that long? I mean, there's nothing,
There's nothing pending and there's 2 holidays in there.
We can write it
budget,
down.
budgets aren't due, when are the budgets due for?
They're not due till
It's
probably
gonna be-
February.
It's gonna be like,
Yeah,
February.
Yeah.
Typically, that's when they're starting to look for the town report information is in February.
Okay.
Mm.
Takes a while to close things out at the end of the year.
Is there anything we missed or anything you would like us to work on?
No, I
No?
think that's, did very well. It's obviously a light agenda, which is a good thing
Yeah.
this time of year, so.
Yeah, I would entertain yeah,
When you
A
write down
motion?
this date, 1/12, make sure it's 16.
okay. Okay,
Okay, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second that.
okay. We are adjourned. Thank you, RCM.
Gonna make her chairman all the time, right? Yeah, here in the town. No,
That was great,
we
Sharon.
do it from home, but we should do it.